Hello. Hey YouTube, it's me Rachel, otherwise known as Scrabble Diva, and I recently went to the movies, if you can't tell by my 3D glasses. Went to go see The Last Airbender, and I'm just gonna say I wasn't pleased. I'm actually a really big fan of the cartoon. I've watched all 3 seasons of it, back-to-back marathon style, at least 3 or 4 times. I'm a big nerd like that. And I love the characters. They're so well built and drawn and stuff. And so that's why this is going to be a rant. I just want to warn you guys, this is going to have a lot of spoilers in it. So if you haven't seen the film yet and you want to, don't watch this video yet, unless you want to just hear what I have to say about it, and then go see it. You know, whatever floats your boat. And throughout this rant, I'm going to try to work in some nice things to say about the movie. But all in all, it's mostly going to be bad. First off, number 1, Mr. M. Night Shyamalan. Next time you direct a Airbender movie, please have someone else write your script. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe how horrendous the dialogue was in that film. There's one part where they've just defeated Zuko and Katara just iced him over and stuff, and she runs in and Aang's there and she saved Aang. And she tells Aang, she looks at him real deep and she says, "Aang, we have to go." And that's it. There's no other dialogue. There's no, "Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I saved you." And then there's this other part, oh my gosh. There is this other part where Aang is in like a trance or whatever. And she's like, I always knew you'd return. And I was just thinking, if you've ever watched the series, you'll definitely remember the island where they went and there was a play about their lives and stuff, and how Katara was just a sobbing, moaning, bemoaning, blah, 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 the entire time, who was always saying really insightfully cliche things. That is how Katara was in this movie. So big beef about the dialogue, for sure. A nice thing about the movie, though, the effects. The special effects were astounding. I was amazed. I felt very into the world, especially with the 3D. It was quite impressive. Reason number 2 why I did not enjoy the film. Sokka, not funny. Katara, too moany. Aang, not nearly playful enough. He's way too serious. I like all the flashbacks they show where he gets a little bit more fun, but really the only reference to him having fun at all is where they show him a statue of Kyoshi, and they're like, "She loved games," you know, and he's like, "I love games too." You didn't show that at all. You didn't show that. He was very serious and very concerned with himself, which was only one part of what Aang is. Whenever they first meet him, he's unconscious. In the cartoon, when he first wakes up, he's like, "Y'all want to go penguin sledding with me?" He's fun. He's more of a kid, and I don't think that came off as well in the film as it could have. This is going to be hard. Another good thing. I really liked Zuko. I think Dev Patel did an incredible job. Zuko was great. I think you pulled off the character beautifully. I think you really embodied the anger that Zuko has, but also the relatability, that you get from the cartoon. But I didn't like how they did your scar. I know that probably wasn't your choice. It was probably an aesthetic choice by Mr. Shyamalan. But, yeah, I think it should have been more burnt looking. It just looked like somebody knifed you, like Wolverine to come in and, got you or something. It needed to look more burnt. That's just my opinion, I also liked how they did Iroh. I thought that was an interesting choice. He wasn't just the fat, tea-loving, uncle. He was actually a warrior who was kind of out of his prime, but still, you could tell that he was a warrior, and I loved how they really emphasized his respect for like the spirit world and stuff, because that's exactly how he is in the cartoon. Okay, another thing I didn't like, the names. Oh my gosh, the names. Why couldn't you just call him Aang, just like in the cartoon? I'm sorry, I don't know if you're watching a foreign version of the cartoon and everyone called him Ong, but for serious, the American version where you premiered your movie first, or wherever, I don't know if America was first, but where I saw it, they should have named him Aang. I'm sorry, it's just, oh, that bugs me. Also, you couldn't say Sokka right, kept saying Suka or something. The first time I heard Katara say it, I thought she was saying Zuko, and I was like, she got his name wrong. But no, but for serious. Get the names right, for heaven's sakes. That was very frustrating. And I really liked how you emphasized the martial arts in there. It was really nice. It was a good touch, you know, and it really showed the world, you know, and how they had to actually master bending and become a master, and so you just weren't just doing, you know, flaring all about, and then you made water move, or earth move, or whatever, you know, so I really liked that. That was really cool. Another thing I didn't like, all of the repetitive scenes. Commander Zhao was in like every other scene, I swear, and he was always talking about how he knew where the moon and the ocean spirits lived. It's like, in the cartoon, that was a really minor thing. You didn't find out that until they were like nearly at the gates of the Northern Water tribe, you know, area. Like, that was ridiculous. How many times he said, oh, I know where they live. Oh, I know where they live. By the way, I know where they live. And oh, I know what I'm going to do with it. Oh, Fire Lord, what do you think I should do with it? It's like, that information was a very minor thing in the cartoon. And you just blew it way out of proportion. I get that you were trying to make, you know, Commander Zhao be the evil bad guy and stuff like that. If you wanted to make Commander Zhao such a major evil character, why in the world did you cut out the part where he has an Agni Kai with Zuko? It's so amazing. And I get that you tried to kind of like pull it, you know, sort of in there when they were fighting on the bridge, but that's really not when it happened. It happened way earlier than that. And I get that you had to cut out a lot of scenes. I understand that. If you're going to make Commander Zhao such a big character, he should have at least had the Agni Kai. Also, and I'm cutting out the good things because I'm done with good things. Another bad thing, they weren't on the boat. All of these earthbenders who were like enslaved and such, they were living in a dirt hole. Why didn't they stand up for themselves before? Just because their willpower was broken? No, their willpower got broken because they were living on a metal boat. That's why their willpower was broken. That's why they didn't fight back, and Aang had to go and get them coal and all that stuff. That was the beginning of their like whole rebellious-y thing. So I'm glad that you included that part. That was very nice. But it could have been done so much better. Another thing that really bugged me was how unfunny the whole thing was. There was very few comedic parts. Sokka, majorly funny element. And I think in this movie he had about 4 lines that were actually funny. One where Appa like smacks him with his tail and he's like, ah, he's trying to eat me. That was funny. I laughed out loud at that part. So, overall, special effects, awesome. Give you an A++ for special effects. Also, the fighting scenes and all the martial arts, A+++, amazing. Loved every minute of it. Dialogue, you get like a -F, you know, somewhere below 0. Oh my gosh, I couldn't stand it. For character development, C-. I didn't get any of the Katara Aang, you know, falling in love, struggling thing, which is a major part of the cartoon. Didn't feel any of that. I hated that you cut out scenes. You cut out so many scenes that you could have developed character on. Like whenever they get to the Northern Water Tribe, and Katara and Aang and Sokka are all standing there before Princess Yue, and Katara's like, yeah, Sokka and Princess Yue, they hit it off right away. It's like, no, you've got to show a scene. Show the character development. I didn't feel sad at all when Yue decided to give her life back to the moon spirit. I didn't feel very sad at all. Why? Because I didn't feel the connection there. I didn't feel Sokka and her bonding like I did in the cartoon. In the cartoon, they're dating. There's a rivalry. She's engaged to someone. All of that gets cut out. And I understand it's for time. But I'm pretty sure the movie was only like an hour and a half long. I would have liked more character development, less repetitive scenes, and more storyline. Also, another thing, I really like that you only tried to do book 1. I thought that was a really great choice. Because there's just too much going on. I can't imagine if you try to fit all 3 books into one film. That would be crazy. And it also left you open for a sequel, or, well, a trilogy actually. So I hope that you do better next time. I hope that the films are more satisfying and closer to the cartoon. So that's my major beef with it, was just that it was a very poor representation of a really great cartoon series. Overall, those are my thoughts about the film. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your opinions. Leave me notes in the comments. Just tell me what you thought. Don't forget to thumb up and comment and subscribe. Okay, thanks for watching, guys.